Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it's that time again.
ECSports.
He tried to go with the EA Sports.
Yeah.
It's in the game. Anyways,
It's in Chicago.
it's EC, but we're in the Shy. Coming in live. Anyways, here, boys and girls, we got the Bears. The Bears.
We're going to talk about the Bears.
A little bit about the Bears and their season, you know. Then
And
we're going to get into...
We're going to talk about some interesting stuff that I heard over the week about the Bears, the Chicago's lack of interest in moving our team forward in reference to stadiums and, you know, the lucrative assets that we could do with doing it. And we're still in the Chicago Chicago Park District Stadium.
And bringing some guys here, maybe?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just a thought. Then we're going to get into the NFL playoff picture, in which we will not be participating in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not in the playoffs, guys. If you didn't know, we are officially out of the playoffs, if no one was aware. But we did beat two legit playoff teams.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. And then we have the League of Balls, as I like to call it.
Yeah, we'll elaborate later, but it's funny. But
It's
a lot
real.
of people are saying that it's a marketing strategy. He's a marketing god. It's a suit marketing god and all of that stuff. Or is it the hair? But so let's get it started. You got your little Bulls gear on.
Might be the best looking and dressed
Yeah,
commentator of
yeah.
all time.
Yeah,
Wow.
handsome guy.
Alrighty, let's get into the Bears.
Okay.
What's your take? What do you want to cover here? Talk
Let's
to
go
me.
over a few things. I mean, it was an interesting season. I remember it just like yesterday. Everybody was clamoring for Mitch E.T. to get to the field. I think it was I don't think it was a John Fox situation to get him on the field. It was more of Mike Glennon sucking like Dookie to get on the field. And his Dookie play is the reason that Mitch E.T. got on, and it was like a blessing in disguise because we got our franchise quarterback to get on the field. I personally don't know what to expect. I think he's playing it safe right now. Next year we're going to see what he really could do. He has a great backfield right now. His defense is stout. And we have to see what happens with the wide receiver situation. I guess this kid from Alabama is supposedly the real deal.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, I just don't know if you can spend a first-round pick on a wide receiver. Right now, they are projected the 9th pick. I think 9th or 10th, depending on I got to look at it. But if you're a top 10 pick, which is what they're going to do, would you go? I think we discussed this before. But now
I did
that we
say
have
they would take a
names,
receiver.
Now we have actually names. You know, is Ridley worth the 10th or whatever pick?
Both guys that I personally like
Okay,
are out of Alabama.
really?
Yeah. So you got Ridley, and then you got defensive back Minka Fitzpatrick,
Okay.
who I like his game a lot. He's a
Do you think
undersized but solid tackler. Great ball skills.
the hell is his freaking name? 23. He played for a contract this year for the Bears.
Oh, Fuller.
Do you think he's
The
coming
corner.
back? Because if he doesn't, you got to get a defensive back in the first.
He had
2
his
rounds.
best season by far.
Yeah, it's just like basketball players. He's playing.
But the problem was it
the
still wasn't
contract.
that great, though.
No, it wasn't amazing,
No.
but
No.
it sickens me when someone plays for a contract because that means it's just like a Luol Deng.
See,
You know?
here's the problem with a guy like that, though. A guy like that who didn't play that spectacular, his agent's going to tell him, listen, put your ego aside. You're going to make subpar money.
I think someone's gonna pay him.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
There's so much money. I mean, we paid Mike Glennon how much?
$45 million.
I know NFL isn't like NBA or MLB, but they still gave him a lot of money up front.
Oh, yeah.
So if that guy can get money, Kyle Fuller's going to get money.
But the funny thing about the Bears is the Bears don't pay Until Mike Glennon comes along, then they pay.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing.
It doesn't make sense. We could have signed 1 year. We could have signed a 1 year.
We've said this all season. You did not need to make that move. You had the guy in place, and if you knew you were going to, I just don't. I mean, everybody wishes they were in the front office. I personally would never be scared to be in the front. That is a common sense thing.
It
you
is.
need someone to say, you know what, guys? With the team we're coming in right now, we're trying to develop our quarterback. They obviously knew they wanted Mitchell Trubisky all year.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't trade up if you're the third pick.
They had like 3 private
Yes.
dinners with the guy.
You don't do that unless you know you're getting them. So you talk. You
Right.
go,
That's not
all
like
right,
that's not a last second
No.
move.
You get a durable guy for no money. Develop Trubisky. The durable guy is probably gonna either, knock on wood, not get hurt, but get hurt, or just, ease you into Trubisky.
The best part is
you drop $45 million.
they got Mark Sanchez,
I forgot all about him.
which is
He's your durable guy.
it's funny to me because this guy will not only he'll play,
Yeah.
he'll
And
play.
he won't kill you. He won't.
But the thing that's even better about Mark Sanchez is that when he does get bent, which he's expecting because he's old and he's been in the AFC Championship
All
twice.
of these guys are expecting it.
He is a genius of the game, a legit genius of the game. His preparation skills
Why do you think he stays in the
are
league?
out of this world. So let's sign that guy for dirt like we did. Our team sucks anyways. This is start of the year mentality. Put him on. Let him play,
Yep.
just like we did with Glennon.
Yep.
We let him play, and he sucked. Except we paid $45 for him.
Mm-hmm.
Let Sanchez play, and then say, "Hey, listen, we need you to mentor this kid."
Yeah.
Now we got
He
a guy
knows
we
it.
paid $45 million. He sucked. He's backup, and he don't want to mentor nobody, and he can't because he sucks.
He's Dookie.
He's been a backup his whole life.
Hashtag Dookie.
It's bad.
So that's the situation that we're in,
Yeah.
and we put ourselves in that situation, and I think they still have money, and it goes to the point of if I'm in there, I'm looking at it. All right, let's do that. Go into the draft. We know this coming season we got to go full broke. You can even say, you know what, by game 8 I want Mitchie T in.
Right.
But no, you're going into the season knowing, man, I got to really play this guy unless he totally sucks, which he ended up doing.
Right.
Whereas you play the guy that you're paying doo-doo for. All right, hey, by a game 8, get Mitchie T in. He's had enough training in the background. We play him. We work him into the system. We end up 2-14, top 4 pick, get who we really want. There might be a stud there, which
Right.
there always is.
Always.
You put. I'm sorry. I said this last year. If you're in the top 10, you get someone that you could put in a position
To play.
that can play 10 years,
I know.
whether it's offense or defense.
Yep.
You don't get a freaking project.
Right.
You get someone that's gonna play. You put him in. That's what a top 10 pick is. You don't put a freaking number 3 pick on the bench. Everybody, what about Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers wasn't a top 10 pick.
And do you remember who was behind?
Exactly.
Not Mike Glennon.
Oh, Favre. So, with that being
A Hall of
said,
Famer.
it goes to the point of another thing where who wants to come here? Free agency isn't the same as basketball, guys. Free agency is totally different. You'll hear names like, oh, I didn't know that guy's a free agent. This is my thing with Chicago and the Bears because it's all about money. This is my statement to make, and you chime in. To me, Chicago Bears and the Chicago fans have this thing where they're still talking about the 85 Bears. Guys,
Yeah, they are, yeah.
that was 32 years ago.
That or 06.
Nobody even talks about that team,
Everyone's
which was
talking-
actually a better team.
The millennials, you know what they're saying? And I'm part of it, but I don't bring it up unless it's brought up already. When Hester returned that ball in 06, dude, I thought we won it all.
Because I did.
The worst
you're
offense to ever make the Super Bowl.
The defense
next to the 2000 teams.
The defense was sick. The defense was sick. Do you understand that?
It was
sick.
And
our kick game, if you don't know, Devin Hester,
Robbie
when
G
he got the ball, Robbie G too.
Robbie G beat us 15-14 this year, ladies and gentlemen.
Got the ball, it was showtime every
time.
But what I'm trying to say is, they live in the old days. They live in a soldier field. It's cold, and let's go out and do our soldier field and put a big ass spaceship on top of the columns and keep it airtight. Listen, if you go to freaking Detroit, if you go to freaking New York, if you go to freaking Arizona, if you go to freaking, I'm saying freaking on, if you go to Dallas, what are these teams doing? They are building a stadium, and they're putting their fans in a stadium that they can enjoy. The Chicago Bears have a stadium that is ran by the Chicago Park District. I don't know about you, but when I go to Chicago and one of their parks, it's stinky doo-doo. Okay? They still got that terrible grass.
It is.
They do so much shit. Why can't you put a real stadium with a retractable roof where you can still
Chicago.
You can still have your freaking outdoor life that you want. If it's too cold, it's too cold, right? Can you imagine covering the Bears Cleveland a couple of weeks ago?
The Week 16 game?
Why would I go to that game?
Week 16.
You could have offered me 50-yard line first row. I would have told you, hey, go sit on the toilet with no water in it, take a shit, and leave it there, and don't move, because I don't want your tickets.
Listen, we don't want your tickets for the 0-14 or 0 whatever they were at the time versus the 4-10 Bears.
But think about it. If it was a beautiful, luxurious Dallas-type stadium, and someone called, hey, Aunt Dion, I got these tickets.
You go for the experience.
You're going for the experience. This is my thing. When you get a 80,000 seat stadium with a retractable roof in the middle of freaking Chicago right on the lake, tear that crap shit down that they sent you to Illinois to freaking put a freaking spaceship on top and put a real stadium there. You know what you can do in the off season? You can bring freaking concerts, real concerts.
You know why I'm laughing?
Why?
Do you remember the restructure of the stadium?
Yeah.
During the restructure, there's 32 teams. About 28 of them they're laying down the turf. McCaskey gets up there. We got, you know what?
Yeah, natural grass.
We got better than turf. We got Kentucky Blue natural grass.
Yeah.
I watched Shea McClellan blow his leg out 45 times dropping back in the Tampa 2 about 4 years ago.
Numerous.
This Kentucky Blue, pal, it's 2017. 2018.
2018.
It's 2018. But in the 2017 season.
Yeah, but you're going to do that for the next 2 more weeks.
Exactly.
I still think it's
Right.
2017.
But here's the bottom line. In the 2017 season, the millennial state-of-the-art years of 2017,
Everybody's
18.
doing it, dude. It's not just
You come out with grass?
Come on, man.
You cannot come out with grass.
We're in 2018, bro. Look at how many big cities. Look what they're doing in Vegas. Look what we're Chicago. We're not freaking in. I don't want to Cleveland, and I think they got a freaking stadium. We're not a team that can't do that. If we can come up with money for a freaking big ass silver kidney bean, then I think we can come up with some money to get a freaking real stadium. You can bring you can laugh, but WrestleMania makes money. You can bring that shit here.
It does.
You know how much money that makes?
Not to mention
you can bring a Super Bowl here. Nobody's gonna play Super Bowl in Soldier Field, but you don't think they would come to Chicago?
Look at Minnesota.
Yes.
They got the Super Bowl.
Minnesota.
They got the Super Bowl.
Man.
And here's the best part.
It.
The best part about the whole thing is it's not even the field anymore.
No.
How about the
amenities.
accessibility to get in that bitch?
Yeah.
If you don't have the $80 parking pass,
oh my gosh, you better be on public transportation.
Wait.
and ready to walk.
it's 2018. Let me Uber myself. Sorry, we don't
There's a
Uber
freeze.
in the stadium.
No,
Oh, you don't?
they let you off at the bridge.
Oh, you want me to walk 3 miles
yes,
in
that's
December?
what you're doing in December.
God forbid we make the playoffs. I'll walk 3 miles
That's what you're doing.
in January.
How is that
In February.
accessible for the fan that's dropping over $100 for freaking 400 seats up to the rafters and it's below zero?
I went to the MLS All-Star game versus Real Madrid. They had the entire outside caged off with police officers telling me that I have to walk in a herd similar to Brookfield Zoo. I almost had a panic attack. I swear to God on my mother.
It's ridiculous.
My cousin and I paid a man to drive us in his boat across Lake Michigan.
That's ridiculous.
So I didn't have to herd walk
That's ridiculous.
because I was sweating. It was the summertime and I wanted to die.
How easy is it to get into the United Center?
It's the best of all time.
You boop boop. Hey, I'm Dion. I'm Anthony. We're here. Okay, boop boop boop. And you're boop boop boop.
Or you pay 25 across the street.
Yeah, across
You're
the
in.
street.
You're in. Across
Soldier
the
Field.
street.
If you are listening, I know we got people in Dallas that listen. If you are at Soldier Field, you literally have to go through a maze to get into this son of a bitch. And then just to get in, you have to walk up some stairs, baby. And then once you're in there, if you're upstairs, get ready to work out. Bring some ankle weights because you're walking up some steep ass stairs to get there to watch the Bears. Okay. My whole thing is the Chicago Park District isn't a place that should be running any field. It is 2018. There are too many. You just said in Minnesota, man. That's right up the road. Detroit, Ford Field, retractable roofs, all of that. It's like we're talking about Chicago. I haven't heard. When have you ever heard anyone in the Bears organization or Chicago talking about, oh yeah, we need to really do something. We really need to do something about that.
Never, because guess why? Guess why? You idiots keep showing up to the games.
Yep. I didn't see any empty seats at Cleveland game.
They're giving away Bears tickets. They're
doing the hey,
we might have the Coke can.
Yeah.
The Coke can.
They're giving away like freaking Great America.
The G-Spot Coke can.
Get a hot dog, some popcorn, and the Bears tickets for $40.
I see.
When you see that, that's bad.
When Sunday comes around, and I go on Snapchat, and I see people snapping Bears tickets left and right, you know there's a problem.
Hey,
You don't see the Hawks tickets getting snapped at $250 a head.
even the Bulls, bro.
Even the Bulls.
Like, you know why? Because you can skip across the street and you're in a stadium, a warm stadium. They even got a freaking atrium where the Jordan statue is so people can stay warm. It's an amenity. It's not about the court, even though the court's brighter this year. It's
The
not
court is
about the
nice.
field.
I like the court.
It's about the amenities. I'm not talking out of my head. I've been to Dallas. I've been to the Jerry Dome.
The Jerry World.
Jerry's World. That place is amazing.
Unreal.
Amazing.
Unreal.
Okay. The freaking retract. I've been to the Arizona one. I've been to that one. University of Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful stadium. I just don't understand why these cities that aren't as good as Chicago can do this. I want to be able to say, hey man, we got the Super Bowl this year. Or, oh, I can go to WrestleMania. I can experience something outside of the columns and the spaceship outdoors watching the Cleveland Browns play.
Yeah.
The last time I went, I was like, oh, I'm going to the Bears game. Let's bundle up and bring some snacks and tailgate.
Bring some eggnog.
I used to think that was cool. You know what I'm thinking now? That was the dumbest shit I've ever did.
Get your eggnog ready.
Get your freaking pneumonia ready, dummy. Get a freaking retractable roof for the Chicago fans. You know what? You know what the Cubs? What are Ricketts doing? You think the Cubs are sitting
doing it
around?
all.
You think they're sitting
doing it
around
all.
waiting?
Put a
Cubs are
parking garage.
nostalgia.
2018 parking garage.
What are the Bears doing in 2018?
They're doing nothing. We're going to come out with the same shit field with the same shit team.
Exactly. So
And guess what?
and you guys are still
McCaskey
gonna
checks
go.
he checks the Chase account mobile app Monday morning. Bing.
Figures everywhere. Guys, just think about how much
Bing.
it takes. You got to walk from 31st Street to get to the fucking stadium. The Bears are legitimately, on Roosevelt? So you're walking 20 blocks over, unless you get that expensive-ass shuttle bus to get to the freaking game, to watch a terrible team, you know? So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, at least talk about it. Put it out there. You were trying to get the fucking Olympics. You got the freaking football draft. Do something about your stadium so someone from the outside wants to come here.
That's what we got, the draft.
Yeah. Ooh, that was outside with a bunch of
When's the draft
plastic
take place
fucking-
again?
That shit's in April or no? Yeah, in April. I think.
Starting to get nice out.
Yeah.
You have the
They're not
draft.
coming back here. They went to Philly. They loved Philly. So my whole thing is do something for Chicago for a change. What do we got next?
We have next. We're going to talk playoff picture in next week's
We'll
episode
talk about that later.
because we got
gotta-
pretty enraged with the Bears.
That I just thought about. I was like, when you said like how long it takes to even get in there,
It's
it's
insane.
disgusting.
It's insane.
And you can't even. I remember we Ubered. They were like, "Oh, we can't go there."
Yeah.
They let me off right on the expressway.
4
We
miles.
can get off here. So. Yeah.
Oh, guess what? When you get off at the expressway, you have to join the herd
Yeah.
underneath
Underneath that
The
little
tunnel.
viaduct. Yeah.
that little tunnel
Yeah.
where I want to have a stroke.
And the guy's like, "Oh, you got some money?" No. I
Hey,
don't.
you got
Fuck
hey,
you.
you got some money?
Why are you picking just me?
No, I'm on
out of
my
all
way to the
these
Bears game,
1,000
pal.
people? You come, hey, bro, let me get some of it. Why are you picking me?
Oh, don't
Pick
forget
him.
about that guy who bikes.
Yeah, that
Those
guy.
guys who bike
Yeah. And
with the
that.
2 people in the back.
Stupid sons of bitches.
They have calves of steel. They go 6 yards for $60.
I like the
$10 a yard. You want to jump on?
the homeless people, gentlemen. They get mad at me. I honestly don't carry cash. They get mad. Oh, you really? You can't give me nothing? Why are you getting mad at me? Ask this motherfucker. Why are you picking me out of 1,000 people walking? They'll go right to me. I got like the face to ask money to. I don't carry cash, boss. Oh man, fuck you. Hey man. Next time I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. You don't talk to me like that. I'm trying to help you out.
Hey,
You
listen,
know, you son
the
of a
stadium's
bitch.
4 miles that way. What I could do is I could bike you
Yeah.
about a half mile. It's going to cost you
Yeah.
$1.50.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good. I'll pay you $1.50 for the half mile, and then I'll walk the 5.5 for free.
Totally. Yeah. Fuck you, Bears. So let's talk this ball for the last. Basically, what LeVar Ball is trying to do.
The League of Balls.
The leagues of balls.
Love
He
it.
is trying to make a league for players fresh out of high school.
You know what? Skip college.
Yeah. He's pretty
You can play
much
here.
letting them know, skip college and come to my league, and we'll pay you $3,000, max $10,000 a month. Because I
Right.
think the NBA rule is a year out of high school, pretty much, right? So he wants to be a breeding ground for these players that can't go to college or don't want to go to college and don't want to go overseas.
Correct.
What's your take on that? Because I honestly, unfortunately, think
You like it.
I like the concept, and I believe that someone is going to put money in it, and it might be beneficial for some players.
I'm going to
I
be
just
honest with
feel
you.
like there's a lot of players that don't understand their worth.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've talked to about 4 people about this.
Okay?
They love it.
It makes sense.
I don't, though.
Yeah. I it's not that I don't love it. I just don't think I don't think the NCAA is just gonna sit around and be like, okay, go ahead and challenge us.
Yeah.
We're fine with it. Go on
Yeah,
ahead
right.
and do your thing. Nothing's gonna happen.
Here's my
go ahead.
problem with it. There are. Okay, here's the other thing. This plays another substantial role in my view. There is already a perceived bad notion that athletes, they get the easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to try as hard in school. If you're good, you don't try at all. They're screw offs in the classroom.
Okay.
Right?
A la Ben Simmons, who pretty much they said didn't even go to school.
Right. If you watch that documentary, he never went. But the bottom line is this. He had to go to a university, no matter what. Even if he didn't go to.
Yeah.
He had to go there. And he had to show up once in a while.
To be professional.
Okay? And you got to stay eligible. Whether you're doing your homework or not, you got to kind of go the extra mile.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go with this league, and now you're opening the floodgates for everybody's theory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it becomes 1,000% true.
Totally.
And it's brutal.
It's bad.
It's brutal. And
how
then
many kids are you going to get that think they're good, that aren't good, are really going to draft? How are they going to keep players after 1 year? It's not thought. As I'm talking, I'm thinking it. What are they going to do? Is there going to be a limit for the kids? Is it going to be a one and done league?
Here's the other problem. Usually, not all, but the good players, at least here in Chicago, they come out of the inner city schools.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a great upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
You are now saying to kids who are mentally being persuaded, and then some who actually strive to go to college, which is it's a big thing, man.
Yeah.
In the suburbs, it's not a big thing. I mean, it's big, but hey, listen, you got to go to college. You grow up, you got to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
In the inner city, out of 10 kids, maybe 2 of them are thinking about going to college. Hey, I'm going to college. Whereas now you give somebody
this opportunity
where I'm trying to raise you, right? And I'm telling you, hey, man, you know you're good at basketball, and you got to go to college if you want to make something of yourself and be a professional. You know, if you're that good, right?
Yeah.
Which, because a lot of these guys in high school, they know that right then and there.
True.
That they're pretty much that good, or they're on the cusp. But then they go to college and prove themselves. Whereas now I'm trying to raise you. You're not that great of a kid, and you play ball. And your response back to me is,
I'm going to ball league.
which is going to happen.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Because these inner city dudes who don't care about school, they only care about ball. That's where they're going to go.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's the
and that's what I don't like about it, man.
And it's gonna be kids in the suburbs as well. It's gonna be kids
in the suburbs 100%.
that have the suburban lifestyle, but their mindset is, oh, I'm the shit, when they really aren't. And unfortunately, that's what's gonna suck with this league. I'm interested to see what happens. I mean, it's in the beginning stages, but I think it's a gift and a curse. It's gonna be a gift for some kids that actually going to make do, because let's be realistic, the best player in the league right now came out of high school. If every player that came out of high school that is left are good, like I can name 3 right now that are freaking Hall of Famers, top 5 ever, and that's Kobe, LeBron, and even KG is good. So there's 2 sides of the coin. I'm interested to see what happens moving forward, but that's a good start to that topic, but I want to go on it on some future episodes, because I think once it gets built,
right,
we
there's gonna be some serious anticipation.
Yeah, totally.
But you do see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I get it. So with that being said, great show today. We got our frustrations out on the Bears, and hopefully we move forward with something to make it a more beneficial situation for the teams. Don't forget, watch us on TV in Chicago on Channel 19, Comcast, and also join our podcast on iTunes and on the Spreaker app. For Anthony, I'm Dion. Thanks. Take care.